ازيكم يا جماعة. I hope everyone is doing well. I haven't uploaded in a couple of months, but we're back. Today I'm going to be translating a scene from a cartoon that I absolutely love. And no, it's not Bakar. It's called Super Henedy. I'm going to put a poster right up there so you know which cartoon it is, and I'll put a link in the description for the full episode so that you can go and watch it. I really like this cartoon. It's funny, and I think it's a bit more savage than Bakar, which is the cartoon that I've been translating so far on this channel. Without further ado, يلا بينا.
عمري ضاع مني وانا بحاول اعلمك تبطل اكل في الشارع ومش قادر عليك يا عمو. اعمل فيك ايه؟
Okay, so this guy, his name is كلب البحر or سلعة, I think. He starts by saying عمري ضاع مني وأنا بحاول أعلمك تبطل أكل في الشارع ومش قادر عليك يا عم. Okay, so عمري is my age. It means عمري, my age. ضاع مني. So this is a saying in itself. عمري ضاع مني, which means the years have gone past me. I've gotten older. I've spent a long time. So usually it's at the beginning of a sentence when you've spent a long time trying to convince someone of something, to do something, to change something, and you've spent a long time doing it and they still haven't changed. عمري ضاع مني. So my age has left me, or my age is getting older. وأنا, أنا means I, what means and, بحاول, which means to try. So أنا بحاول, I try. علمك, to teach you. تبطل, بطل means to quit. أكل, food في الشارع, on the street, or street food. أكل في الشارع, أكل شارع is street food. ومش قادر, مش قادر means I'm not able to. مش قادر, مش قادر عليك, I'm not able to with you. I can't, I don't know if this is an American thing. It's a British thing, definitely. I can't with you is a saying that we use. I just can't deal with you. I just can't deal with you. مش قادر عليك, I can't deal with you. يا عم. يا عم means uncle, but in this particular context it can mean bro. أعمل فيك إيه. عمل is the verb that this first word comes from, which means to do. أعمل فيك, إيه in itself means what can I do with you? What should I do with you?
سنين بقول لك بطل الزبالة اللي بتجيبها دي ومفيش أيها فايدة.
سنين بقول لك. سنين means years. بقول لك, I told you, or I've been telling you. The ba at the beginning can be something that's habitual or repeated. And in this particular case is something that's happened on a continuous basis. سنين بقول لك, I've been telling you for years. بطل, which means quit, to stop. الزبالة, زبالة means rubbish. تجيبها, that you get. تجيبها دي, that you get her. The conjugation when translated sounds a bit, but essentially what he's saying is I've been telling you for years تبطل, to quit. الزبالة بتجيبها دي, the rubbish that you get. Okay, the rubbish meaning street food. وما فيش أي فايدة. في means there is. ما فيش means there isn't. وما فيش and there isn't. أي, any فايدة. فايدة means a benefit, or there's no end to it. There's no result. There's no end result after spending such a long time trying to convince you to quit أكل في الشارع, the street food. And then Henedy says,
يا صلعة جوعنا، طلبنا سندوتشات ما فيهاش أي حاجة يعني، وبعدين أنا لحد النهاردة مش عارف أنت حاطط نقرك من نقر أكل الشارع ليه؟
يا صلعة جوعنا. صلعة is his name, I said. جوعنا is hunger. And so he's saying, oh, Mr. He uses, I think what he's doing is he's using his first name as his first name, and جوعنا, which means our hunger, as like a surname. يا صلعة جوعنا. So he's called him that. He says now, طلبنا, we've ordered, طلب, which comes from that verb طلب, to order, سندوتشات, sandwiches, وما فيش أي حاجة يعني. I said before, في means there is, ما فيش, or ما فيهاش, sorry. ما فيهاش is there isn't anything wrong, and the ha that's being used here is referring to the sandwichet, or the طلبنا, the ordering of sandwiches. So the actual process of ordering sandwiches, that is what the ha is referring to. ما فيهاش, there isn't any. أي حاجة anything. حاجة means thing. أي حاجة, anything. يعني, I mean, that's what it means. It means, I mean, there's nothing wrong with ordering sandwiches. وبعدين, which means, and also, and anyway, أنا, I, لحد النهاردة, لحد means until النهاردة, which means today, مش عارف, I don't know. عارف means I know. مش عارف, I don't know. مش عارف, أنت, you, حاطط, you decided, نقرأ من نقرأ, to ban, that's what this particular phrase means, to ban us from أكل الشارع, the food of the street. ليه? Why? So I don't understand why, until like this day, I don't understand why you have banned us from eating food from the street food.
ولو اني ما كنتش ناوي احكي لك، بس لازم اقول لك يمكن تصدقني. انا قبل ما اعرفك كنت شغال دليفري مان، بس كنت مخبي عليك لاني كنت فاشل في الشغلانه.
لو إني ما كنتش أحكي لك، بس لازم أقول لك يمكن تصدقني. لو إني ما كنتش أحكي لك، لو means if, إني I ما كنتش I didn't أحكي لك أحكي لي means to tell me أحكي لك to tell you and if I didn't tell you بس لازم بس means but لازم is important أقول لك means to tell you يمكن تصدقني يمكن you have to or maybe it means maybe but it's like a command can you or may you تصدقني which means to believe me. Me at the end is an object pronoun, it means me. صدق is this verb that's being used here, which is to believe. And the man is got an Upper Egyptian accent because in Upper Egypt they or dialect he pronounces the qaf. تصدقني or تصدقني. تصدقني is the Upper Egyptian dialect. And then he continues to say قبل وقبل ما أعرفك كنت شغال delivery man بس كنت مخبي عليك لأني كنت فاشل في شغلانة. So قبل means أو قبل before ما قبل ما before I أعرفك before I knew you كنت شغال I was working شغال to work delivery man as a delivery man delivering food but كنت مخبي عليك كنت means I it was a past thing that happened كنت comes from the past tense verb or the perfect tense verb can which is was كنت I was مخبي to hide عليك from you I hid this from you لأني because I كنت was and this is like I said from the past tense verb can كنت لأني كنت because I was فاشل a failure في شغلانة with this so in this job like I failed as a delivery man that's why I hid this information from you.
فشلت أسرع مما تتوقع لأني كنت أمين وقلت اللي شفته وقلت اللي حصل.
فشلت أسرع مما تتوقع. فشلت I failed أسرع faster than من ما أسرع من ما altogether means faster than تتوقع which means expected. So I failed faster than I expected لأني كنت أمين. لأني because I كنت I was أمين means like a trusted person. وقلت اللي شفته وقلت اللي حصل وقلت اللي شفته وقلت اللي حصل حصل وقلت which comes from the what means and the قلت comes from the perfect tense verb el which is to say so قلت I said اللي that which I is the relative pronoun شفته that I saw so قلت اللي شفته I said what I saw وقلت اللي حصل so it's the same structure as the previous line وقلت اللي حصل and I said what happened. I said what I saw and I said what happened. And then Henedy says
وايه اللي حصل يا عم امين؟
وايه اللي حصل يا عم امين. وايه اللي حصل ايه means what اللي that which has حصل happened يا عم امين. So he's called him Uncle Amin which means trusted person. So he's like what happened Mr. Trusted Person.
انت عارف ليه بقوا يخلوا بتوع الدليفري يقفوا بره المحل؟
انت عارف ليه يخلوا بتوع الدليفري يقف برا المحل؟ انت عارف ليه؟ you do you عارف no ليه why يخلوا they leave بتوع الدليفري and the delivery sellers or the delivery drivers يقف to sit or stand برا المحل. برا means outside, المحل means place, like the restaurant in this particular case. So do you know why they leave the delivery men outside to stand outside the delivery place?
عشان انا والعياذ بالله من كلمة انا اول دليفري يشوف المطبخ من جوه ويفضح اللي شغالين فيه لا مؤاخذة.
عشان أنا عشان means because أنا means I عشان أنا because I والعياذ بالله من كلمة أنا basically he's distancing himself from what he's about to say so that he doesn't appear to be boasting about the good thing which he has done. So he's saying essentially, God protect me from arrogance with what I'm about to say. وَالْعَيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ it's like God protect me from what may come with what I'm about to say. He says then أول delivery شوف المطبخ من جوه ويفتح الشغالين فيه لا مؤاخذة. So أول delivery أول means first delivery شوف المطبخ شوف I saw المطبخ مطبخ is the kitchen من جوه from the inside. So before he said برا which is outside, جوه is inside. ويفضح which means to embarrass الشغالين the workers فيه inside. لا مؤاخذة means excuse me or pardon me for saying. Like he said he's embarrassed everyone that's working inside the kitchen. لا مؤاخذة, like sorry for embarrassing them. It has this kind of meaning.
عمري ما انسى اليوم اللي ركزت فيه مع كل واحد شغال في المطبخ.
عمري ما انسى اليوم اللي ركزت فيه مع كل واحد شغال في المطبخ. عمري my whole life ما أنسى I won't forget, which أنسى comes from the perfect tense verb نسي to forget. عمري ما أنسى I will never forget in my life. اليوم the day اللي which means that I relative pronoun. ركزت it means to focus in the past tense. So ركزت focused في مع كل واحد, so that I have focused on كل واحد. كل واحد means everyone. شغال في المطبخ. شغال to be working في inside المطبخ مطبخ at the kitchen. So I'll never forget the day that I focused on every single person working in the kitchen.
الراجل اللي واقف على الجريل مستني حتة الهمبرجر تستوى كان وشه عمال يعرق من الصهد بتاع الجريل.
الراجل اللي واقف على الجريل مستني حتة الهمبرجر تستوى. الراجل means the man اللي واقف اللي that was واقف was standing على الجريل next to the grill or on top of the grill, kind of bending over the grill, not actually standing on the grill because that would be dangerous. مستني, he was waiting. Again, it comes from the verb or استنى, I believe, to wait. مستني حتة الهمبرجر next to the hamburger تستوى, that was browning, that was cooking well. So he was standing kind of over the grill next to the hamburgers that were browning on the grill. كان وشه عمال يعرق. كان was وشه, his face, عمال, it was doing يعرق, sweating. So his face was doing the action of sweating. His face was sweating. And مساعد بتاع الجريل from like the steam that's coming from the grill.
فجأة لقيته بيلم عرقه كله بصباعه قوم يعمل تش جنب حتة الهمبرجر.
فجأة لقيته بيلم عرقه كله بصباعه. Okay, and this is quite graphic. So فجأة, surprisingly, لقيته, I found him, بيلم, collecting or gathering, عرقه, his sweat, كله, all of it, بصباعه, with his fingers. So he's gathering his sweat, wiping his sweat, وهم يعمل تش جنب حتة الهمبرجر. وهم and they يعمل did tish. So they made that. So he's gathered his sweat and done that, and he heard the sound tish. جنب next to حتة الhamburger, the place of the hamburgers. And I don't know why I'm pronouncing hamburger like an American or like a fake American, but yeah, this is how Egyptians pronounce it, so I will follow the pronunciation. So he's gathered his sweat and went shh, where the hamburgers are. Ugh.
ولا الراجل اللي بيقلي البطاطس جايب جيركن اسود معفن وراح مفضيه في الطاسه.
ولا راجل اللي بيقلي البطاطس جايب جيركن اسود معفن. ولا it means راجل, the man اللي who was بيقلي, was frying البطاطس, potatoes or chips, جايب brought جيركن اسود معفن. So a black moldy container. Jirkin is like a container. I'm going to put a picture here actually so you know where it is. Eswed is black. Ma'afin, which is like kind of moldy. وراح مفضي في الطاسة. وراح, and he went مفضي to empty everything that was in the container. في الطاسة. في inside the طاسة, the pan.
وراح جايب جردل مليان بطاطس متقطعة ودلقه في الزيت. نص الجردل طبعا اتدلق بره الطاسه على الارض.
وراح جايب جرد مليان بطاطس متقطعه ودلعه في الزيت. وراح جايب, and he went جايب to get جرد, which is like a pack or a sack, مليان, filled بطاطس with potatoes, so like a big sack of potatoes. متقطعه, which means cut. ودلعه, and he dropped them, the potatoes, في inside the زيت, the oil. نص الجردة طبعا اتدلع. نص half الجردة of the pack طبعا of course اتدلع, spilled. برا الطاسة, برا, which is outside, الطاسة, which means the pan. So half of the contents spilled outside the pan. على أرض, on the floor.
بس الراجل للأمانة لموهم واحدة واحدة ورماهم تاني في الطاسة.
بس الراجل الأمانة, بس الراجل, the man, الأمانة, that was trusted, لموهم واحدة واحدة. لموهم واحدة واحدة. Picked them up واحدة واحدة, one by one. ورماهم, and he threw them تاني, again, في الطاسة, in the pan. So the potatoes are on the floor, the man has picked them up and put them back in the pan.
يا دي القرف.
يا دي القرف is what Henedy says. How disgusting.
والله الراجل اللي كان عمال يفتح العيش عشان يحط فيه المايونيز وفجأة وهو ماسك رغيف نسي انه رغيف مش منديل.
ولا الراجل اللي كان عمال يفتح العيش عشان يحط فيه مايونيز. ولا الراجل or the man اللي that was can it means was, اللي is the relative pronoun, but the man that was عمال, the worker, يفتح العيش. يفتح means to open العيش. عيش is bread. عشان, because يحط فيه, to put inside it mayonnaise, which is mayonnaise. وفجأة, and surprisingly, هو ماسك, who was holding رغيف, which is a loaf. ناسي, he forgot, in الرغيف, that the loaf مش منديل. مش means is not, منديل, a tissue. وراح حب, and then راح, he went, عاطس وهو مغطي مناخيره بالساندويتش. عاطس, he sneezed, وهو, and he مغطي, he covered مناخيره, his nose, بالساندويتش, with the sandwich. So he sneezed into the sandwich. And that was a short clip from the cartoon Super Henedy, which I really like. Until the next one, salam.